All right, so you're probably looking for a new webcam, but you're not sure which one to get. In this video, we're going to put two webcams head to head to see which one is better and which one is more worth your money. We've got the Meet 2 by OBSBOT, and we've got the C922 Pro from Logitech. Now, Logitech is a long-standing company with a great reputation, and OBSBOT is a little bit of a newer company, but I'm going to show you the difference between the two and which one might be better for your needs. Now we're going to be comparing a lot of the top features of both of these webcams. I'm going to show you the video quality of both of them, and then a little bit later in the video I'll talk about some areas where they can both improve, what I think that you should get, and then also some things that I might not like about each webcam. Now first of all, you can kind of see the size difference and form factor differences here. Logitech has this kind of standard design of a webcam. It's got the speakers on the sides. One thing that is different on the Meet 2 than the C922 is that the cord is not removable from the C922, whereas for the Meet 2 it's easy to just unplug and plug whenever you need to right there, because it's a removable cord. And obviously the size factor is a big thing as well. The sensor on the Meet 2 is way bigger than the C922, a lot lighter also. The cool thing about the Meet 2 is they do give you a USB-C to USB-C cord, but it also comes with an adapter if you only have USB-A ports, so you can really use it with any port on your computer. I only have USB-A ports, so we are going to be using that adapter. One last thing to mention is just the mounts. The mount on the Logitech is built into it, so you can't really remove the camera itself. And it does come with the thread down here if you want to attach it to a tripod. Now for the Meet 2, it has a similar type of mount here. And the cool thing is that it's magnetic, so you just pop this on top there, boom, and then that's your mount right there. You can turn it upside down, and this makes it easy if you need to. The Meet 2 has AI reframing, so you don't necessarily need to adjust much this way, but if you need to, it's super easy because it's magnetic. So let's go ahead and get both of these webcams hooked up into the computer. Right now you're viewing me on a Nikon Z5, so a DSLR camera, pretty high quality. We're going to see how these fare against that. So let's get these hooked up, and then I'll show you the video quality on both of them. And I think just for the hell of it, we're also going to test the audio of both webcams. Oh, and the Meet 2 has a thread on the bottom right here so that you can put it on a tripod. It's directly on the webcam itself rather than on the mount. One other thing to know is that the Logitech webcam is rated as a 1080p webcam. It's not 4K. The Meet 2 is 4K. To keep things kind of even, we're going to test both in 1080p, but just know that the Meet 2 does go up to 4K, and I'll have a little bit more to say about that once we get into the video comparison. So right now you're still seeing me on the Nikon Z5. When I switch to the other cameras, I'm also just going to switch the audio too so that you can see the video with the audio. So we're going to go from the Z5 camera and the SM58 microphone to the Logitech webcam with the Logitech audio. All right, so right now we are using the Logitech webcam and its audio. Now, one thing I will say is that the Logitech is not great at white balance. The white balance is always off, very much off when I first activate it in OBS, so I have to adjust the settings a little bit. So the white balance is the only thing that I've changed here. Everything else, there's no filters or anything on it. So this is just what it's going to look like right when it's hooked up to OBS. And this is the audio. I'll switch really quick between the Logitech audio and the SM58. Obviously the SM58 is a pretty high quality, like audio industry standard microphone, so take it with a grain of salt. So we're back on the SM58, just to give you a little comparison of the microphones. So this is the quality of the C922 Pro webcam. Not too bad at all. This is usable, especially if it's just a face cam for like gaming or something like that. But especially compared to the Nikon camera, it doesn't have as high quality or polish to it. But what can you do? This is a pretty great priced webcam still these days. It is quite a few years old, but I think for its age and for its price point, the video quality is pretty great. And now let's switch over to the OBSBOT Meet 2 video and audio. All right, so this is the OBSBOT Meet 2 audio and video, and just right off the bat, I am super impressed with the video quality on the OBSBOT Meet 2, I just want to double check that I'm on 1080p. Yeah, this is 1080p, so the quality could be even better if you switch it to 4K. And another neat feature about the Meet 2 is that it has auto AI reframing. So it'll keep you in frame while you're doing that. It also has a gesture that will zoom on command when you do it. I don't have that set up right now, but I have tested it, and it can go up to a 4x zoom, which can be really fun during a streaming session. The Logitech does not have that same functionality. And also, just so you know, the webcams are right next to each other so that you're getting kind of the same frame of view from them. So this has been the audio from the Meet 2, so you can kind of test that out. Both webcams have their own software that you can use. The Logitech software is a little finicky, and I am usually just controlling the camera from OBS. The OBSBOT Center has a lot of cool features that you can use in OBS, but it's a little bit tricky because you have to set it up as a virtual camera first and then add it to OBS. So it's a lot to get into. There is another video that you can check out on the listing that will kind of go more in depth on the software. But as of right now, we're just comparing the video and audio quality of these two webcams. I'm thoroughly impressed by the Meet 2, and it would look even better on 4K. Let's head back to the SM58 audio, just because it's probably better than the Meet 2 audio. So there we are. We should be back on the SM58. Now, I'm just going to switch back and forth really quick between the Logitech webcam and the Meet 2 webcam. So right now we're looking at the Meet 2. Here's the C922 Pro, and also to note, the white balance on the Meet 2 is way better just auto white balance than the Logitech, because I haven't had to do anything to the Meet 2 yet, and I think this is a great white balance. Whereas the Logitech, like the default, I'll show you what the default is really quick without any sort of, I'm just going to reset everything to the default. And so like this is what it thinks the default should be. The saturation is too high, and it's also a little too red on my face. Like I said, I usually have to add some sort of color correction to it. So like out of the box, the Logitech just does not perform nearly as well as the Meet 2 when it comes to video quality and white balance. The exposure is fine, the audio exposure is fine, but again, it's just much better on the Meet 2. And then we'll go back to the Meet 2. So you can kind of just compare the two, OBSBOT, Logitech. So I think it's pretty clear which one is a winner. Like I would feel confident having this as my main camera, not even just like for like a face cam on streaming, but just as a main camera, this looks pretty dang good. So I think it's kind of obvious which one I would pick, but you can also just kind of judge it by yourself, whether you think that this looks better than this. And then we can add the Nikon camera here as well. Also no color correction on the Nikon camera. But yeah, that's just a little test between the two webcams so that you can kind of judge for yourself which one you think looks better. If you want to mess around with the white balance and get the C922 looking a little bit better, you can do that. But otherwise, like right out of the box, I think the Meet 2 is just way better. It is an awesome webcam. I have been enjoying it so much so far. Both of these cameras will work in OBS right out of the box, plug and play. You don't need their software, and they both work just fine in software like Zoom as well. Yeah, there you go. I hope this video helped you in deciding which webcam to use, and no matter what reason you're getting a new webcam, whether you're trying to upgrade your streaming setup or you just want to look better than everyone else on your Zoom calls, I hope this video helped, and I hope you enjoy using it.